Of new Tesla cars are down again for the month of October, while Swedish-based EV brand Polestar continues to gain in popularity.
November 2024, Tesla delivers 336,000 vehicles, down 13% year over year. Wall Street expected 358,000. That's 22,000 cars that didn't sell. But here's what nobody's saying. While Tesla's collapsing, BYD just sold 1.76 million electric vehicles in the same quarter, 5 times what Tesla managed. And the full year numbers? Even worse. Tesla delivered 1.79 million vehicles in 2024, down from 1.81 million in 2023. The global EV market grew 35%. Tesla shrank. And when you look at what's happening inside Tesla right now, the panic is real. When the untouchable became vulnerable, Elon Musk worth $340 billion, richest person on Earth. Tesla hits $1 trillion market cap. Every analyst says the same thing. Tesla will dominate EVs for decades. They have a 5 to 10 year technology lead. The batteries are better, the software is years ahead. The supercharger network is unbeatable. It's just a matter of time before Tesla owns the entire market. Wall Street believed it. Investors believed it. Elon believed it. The stock traded at a price-to-earnings ratio of 60, sometimes 80. Compare that to Ford at 12, GM at 15. But Tesla wasn't a car company. Tesla was the future of transportation. That's what everyone said. Except the whole story had a fatal flaw. It assumed nobody else would innovate, and it completely ignored what was happening 7,000 miles away in Shenzhen, China. While Elon was tweeting about Dogecoin and arguing with the SEC, China's government made a $200 billion bet on electric vehicles, not subsidies handed out randomly. Strategic investment in battery technology, supply chain control, manufacturing capacity, everything needed to dominate the global market. According to the Center for Strategic and International Studies, China treated EVs like the United States treated semiconductors in the 1980s, a national priority, win or die trying. And one company took that money and built something Tesla couldn't compete with. The company nobody saw coming, BYD, Build Your Dreams. Started in 1995 as a battery maker, founded by Wang Chuanfu, former government researcher, understood one thing better than anyone. Whoever controls batteries, controls electric vehicles. By 2008, one of the smartest investors on Earth saw the potential. Warren Buffett, Berkshire Hathaway, invested $230 million for 10% of BYD. That stake is worth over $7 billion today. Buffett doesn't make many bets. When he does, he's usually right. But BYD didn't just make batteries. They did something Tesla never attempted. Vertical integration at a scale that's almost incomprehensible. Their own semiconductor production, their own steel mills, their own seat manufacturing, their own glass factories. Automotive analyst Matthias Schmidt says BYD controls 75% of their entire supply chain. Tesla? About 40%. That gap sounds boring. It's not, it's everything. Global chip shortage. Remember? Car manufacturers worldwide cutting production, Tesla included. Elon making excuses on earnings calls. Supply chain problems. Can't get parts. Delivery delays. BYD barely slowed down. They make their own chips. When everyone else was scrambling, BYD kept building cars. Lithium prices explode 400%, the main component in EV batteries. Tesla's costs spike. Margins collapse. Stock craters. BYD, they own lithium mines. They process their own raw materials. The price spike hurt everyone else. BYD kept printing money. Michael Rivera bought a Tesla Model Y in January 2023. Paid $52,000. Thought he was getting into the future of transportation. By November 2024, his car's worth maybe $38,000. He's underwater by $14,000. Can't sell without taking a massive loss. Can't trade in because dealers know Teslas are dropping in value every month. He's trapped. And he keeps seeing BYD ads online. Same features as his Model Y. Half the price. He feels like an idiot. The battery that changed everything. But here's where the story really turns. 2020, BYD unveils the Blade battery, lithium iron phosphate technology. Sounds technical. It's not complicated. It's safer than Tesla's batteries, significantly cheaper to produce, and you can literally drive a nail through it without starting a fire. The China Automotive Technology and Research Center tested it live. Nail straight through the battery pack. No fire, no explosion, no thermal runaway. Tesla's batteries? We've all seen the videos. Cars exploding in driveways, houses burning down, firefighters standing around helpless because lithium fires are nearly impossible to extinguish. Water makes it worse. Foam doesn't work. You just wait for it to burn out. Sometimes that takes days. But safety isn't even the main story. Cost is what matters. BYD's Blade battery costs $80 per kilowatt hour to produce. Tesla's battery packs? Around $120 per kilowatt hour. That $40 difference per kilowatt hour means on a standard 75 kilowatt hour battery pack, BYD saves $3,000 per car, before assembly, before labor, before shipping, before anything else. They're already $3,000 cheaper on the single most expensive component. And that's just the beginning. The global takeover happening right now. Now here's the part most people still don't understand. You probably think BYD only sells cheap cars in China to customers who don't know any better. That's what I thought. That's what everyone thinks. It's completely wrong. BYD started their global expansion in 2022. Quietly at first, Norway, Sweden, Netherlands, testing European markets. By 2024, they're in 70 countries across 6 continents. Jado Dynamics tracks this stuff. BYD sold over 96,000 vehicles in Europe in 2024. That's up 300% from 2023. They're not tiptoeing anymore. They're flooding the market. Thailand, factory producing 150,000 vehicles per year. Already operational. Brazil, another factory. 150,000 unit capacity. Breaking ground now. Turkey, $1 billion manufacturing facility announced in December 2024. This isn't some small operation. This is a full-scale invasion of every market Tesla operates in. Sarah Mitchell lives in Oslo, Norway. Software engineer, environmentally conscious. Exactly the kind of person who would buy a Tesla. She test drove a Model 3 in September 2024. 48,000 euros. Nice car. Good acceleration. Then her friend told her to check out the BYD seal. She didn't want to. Chinese car? Come on? But she looked anyway. Same size as the Model 3. Same range. Same features. 32,000 euros. 16,000 euros cheaper. She bought the BYD. Said it drives better than the Tesla. Feels more solid. Interior is actually nicer. She doesn't understand why anyone would pay 50% more for the Tesla badge. That's happening all over Europe right now, and it's about to get worse for Tesla. The price war. Tesla can't win. Let's talk about what this means in real numbers. BYD's Seal sedan competes directly with Tesla's Model 3. In China, the Seal starts at $26,000. The Model 3 starts at $38,990 in the United States. That's a $13,000 gap. Even after you add tariffs, shipping, dealer markup, BYD has pricing power. Tesla can't match. Tu Yuli runs Sino Auto Insights. He tracks the Chinese auto industry. He told the Financial Times something that should terrify every Tesla investor. BYD can make a profit on a $15,000 electric car. Tesla cannot. That's the entire game. When your competitor can sell profitably at a price where you lose money on every unit, you don't have a business. You have a countdown timer to bankruptcy. But wait, everyone says Chinese cars must be trash at those prices. Quality has to be garbage. Safety must be terrible. Euro NCAP is Europe's independent vehicle safety testing organization. They don't care where cars come from. They just test them. The BYD Seal got 5 stars. Adult occupant protection scored 91%. The Tesla Model 3? 96%. We're talking about a 5% safety difference for a car that costs 35% less. That's not a quality gap. That's a manufacturing miracle. when Tesla's advantages evaporated. Now let me show you something that should make Elon lose sleep. Every competitive advantage Tesla had, gone, disappearing, becoming irrelevant. The supercharger network, that was Tesla's moat, the thing that kept customers locked in. Can't buy another EV because you need Tesla's chargers, except BYD is building their own charging network. ChargePoint Research says BYD installed 4,200 fast charging stations globally in 2024. They're not catching up. They're building a parallel infrastructure that will eventually be bigger. Autonomous driving, full self-driving, that was the other advantage. Tesla's software was supposed to be years ahead. BYD partnered with NVIDIA, the best semiconductor company on the planet, launched their own system called DiePilot. Sam Abwelzamid analyzes automotive technology at Guidehouse Insights. He says DiePilot is functionally comparable to Tesla's Autopilot, at a fraction of the development cost. BYD didn't reinvent the wheel. They partnered with experts and integrated proven technology. Faster, cheaper, better. Brand prestige. In 2022, Morning Consult's Brand Intelligence Survey showed Tesla's brand favorability in China at 62%. By 2024, 43%. That's a 19-point collapse in 2 years. Why? Elon's political activities alienated Chinese consumers. Multiple recalls damaged trust. And Chinese buyers now see BYD as superior, not just cheaper, actually better. Zhang Xiang directs the Automotive Engineering Research Institute at Jiangxi New Energy Technology Vocational College. He told Reuters that Tesla is increasingly seen in China as yesterday's technology at tomorrow's prices. And that perception is spreading. Schmidt Automotive Research surveyed European EV buyers. In 2024, 34% said Chinese brands were their top consideration. In 2022, that number was 12%. In 2 years, Chinese brands went from afterthoughts to top choices for a third of European buyers. The death spiral nobody's talking about. Here's where it gets really ugly for Tesla. The numbers don't lie. Tesla's automotive gross margin dropped to 17.2% in Q4 2024, down from 25.9% in Q4 2023. That's an 8.7 percentage point collapse in 1 year. Why? Price cuts. Tesla has cut Model 3 prices 6 times since January 2023, 6 times in less than 2 years. Each cut destroyed resale values for existing owners, and it trained customers to wait. Nobody wants to buy a Tesla today when it might be $5,000 cheaper next month. That's a death spiral. Sales drop, you cut prices to move inventory. Customers wait for the next cut. Sales drop more. You cut again, margins evaporate. The business model collapses. Meanwhile, BYD's gross margin improved to 21.9%. They're making more profit per car while selling cars for less money. That's what vertical integration and massive scale gets you. When you control your supply chain and you're cranking out millions of units, every efficiency gain multiplies across the entire operation. James Park bought a Tesla Model 3 in March 2023, $43,000. By August, Tesla cut the price to $38,000. He lost $5,000 in value in 5 months. By December, another cut, $36,000. He's now underwater by $7,000, plus interest on his loan. He can't sell, can't trade. He's trapped in a depreciating asset that keeps getting cheaper. And he keeps seeing news about BYD selling similar cars for $26,000. He wants to scream. The product strategy. That's crushing Tesla. But wait, it gets worse. Product lineup. Tesla has 4 models. Model S, Model 3, Model X, Model Y. That's it. Same 4 cars they've been selling for years with minor updates. Elon keeps promising new models. The Roadster, the Cybertruck. If you're watching this and you own Tesla stock, you need to understand what's happening. This isn't a temporary blip. This isn't a rough quarter. This is a structural shift in the global automotive industry. And Tesla is on the wrong side of it. Share this with anyone who needs to know what's really going on, because mainstream media won't tell you this. They'll keep running puff pieces about Optimus robots and full self-driving. But the real story is playing out in sales numbers, profit margins, and factory openings across the globe. And that story says BYD is winning. Subscribe if you want to see what happens when they come for the US market next. Because they're coming, and it's going to be brutal.